What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me doing the Eikthyrnir Holy Relic priority tier list to let you guys know which ones are going to be the most priority for a free-to-play player or like a newer player getting into the game. So if you guys enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to like and subscribe. I recently posted the bird one, and I also do have a Nidhogg one out as well, so you guys can check that out. I'll link it in the description if you guys need the bird or Nidhogg relics, and I will be doing a updated Skull and Hottie one as well once I'm, probably later throughout the week. We'll see though, maybe I'll do it tomorrow as well. But yeah, man, we are hopping into Eikthyrnir today, guys. Let's talk about the priority for the Holy Relics from Eikthyrnir. Now, starting with number one, let's just get straight into it. Jormungand right here is going to be number one because she is the demonic beast character for Eikthyrnir. If you guys don't know, Jormungand's passive, the way it works is that at the start of every turn in demonic beast battle, Eikthyrnir applies an effect on all allies which increases all stats by 30% for 2 turns, and if 3 allies each use skills once or more, the same effect is going to be applied to the allies again. So you're able to get a maximum of 60% all stats at the every single turn after you've done a color cycle, pretty much, right? That's what you want to do. Or if you're attacking three times with different characters, right? So the way the Holy Relic coincides with that is that it's going to remove debuffs from allies and increase ranks of all skills when each of the 3 allies use 1 or more skills in the Eikthyrnir demonic beast battle. So it works the exact same way as the passive, but it gives you a cleanse effect because it removes all the debuffs and increases the rank of the skills. So you get a rank up as well. So you have rank up, you have cleanse, you have the 60% all stats. This is why getting Jormungand is going to be very, very important, because the moment you get this Holy Relic, it's going to make your runs through the deer for your future Holy Relics a lot easier, right? So Jormungand is going to be the number 1 character in terms of priority. Now, the number 2 character I'm going to recommend is going to be the regular Elizabeth, because she is a character that, might not seem like it's a crazy relic, right? Obviously, looking at this, increase allies HP related stats by 15%. It doesn't seem crazy, but think about it, guys. You get 15% lifesteal, you get 15% recovery rate, 15% regeneration rate, you get 15% HP. And by the way, this is a sub-slot effect that works on any character. This is not saying, increase goddess allies HP related, it's saying increase allies. So meaning that you can run this backline on pretty much anything, which is a great, just free HP backline. And looking at the characters that get it, you have the SR Elizabeth, which already was a really good, backline support, considering she had it active in the sub-slot effect where she's going to heal based on, taking damage, which is really strong already. And then you do have LR Elizabeth, which if you're going to be using her, you definitely want to have her Holy Relic as well, because it's going to coincide pretty well with just, the recovery rate effect of her of her passive, right? So just so a big benefit, this Holy Relic right here, it used to be one that I wouldn't really recommend for a lot of people early on, but honestly, this is probably one of those relics now that I'm gonna say you probably want to have it, just because of the fact that all these events in the game now, look at Heroes Arena, man, people are running SR Elizabeth on the Mile team, and it's just, you need this Holy Relic obviously for that team. And then even looking at LR Liz, where you're running her in other demonic beast battles, that Holy Relic is going to be very, very good. So yeah, that's my number 2 right there for Holy Relic priority, is going to be the regular Elizabeth. Moving on from there, guys, my next Holy Relic recommendation is going to be Red Tarmiel. Now, the reason why we go with Red Tarmiel over Blue Tarmiel or the other Archangel Graces first is because Tarmiel's Link is the most important Grace at the moment, probably, I would say. Even including Mael Grace, I would say this is probably the most strongest one in the game still, right? So if the hero is attacked during the enemy turn, immediately recovers 30% of the damage taken, and if damaged twice or more from skills in the same enemy in the turn, restricts all skill effects including ultimate moves of the enemy for 2 turns. Because of how strong that Grace is on Red Tarmiel specifically, you want to get as much stats as you can for the Link. Now, this Holy Relic is not really a good on-field relic. It's okay, right? You can obviously use it in a few things in the game, but the most important part of this relic is just getting the extra stats for your Tarmiel Link. If you're running Tarmiel as a Link, you want to get more stats. So this is going to be a great Holy Relic just to get for Tarmiel, because you're going to be running him as a Link. But for the actual effect itself, it's going to be okay in Heroes Arena, right? Where you're going to apply an ultimate move disable effect for 2 turns on people that push their ultimate, right? That's obviously going to be kind of nice, but it's not something that you really, really need in a sense. It's mainly the fact that you're getting the stats for the Link. And this pretty much goes for the rest of the Holy Relics for the Archangels as well. I would say most of it is just for kind of Link stats, But then again, man, if you guys are using these characters on field, these are the bonuses you're going to get from them. But my next recommendation, as I said, would be Tarmiel right there. So we have Jormungand, regular Elizabeth, and then Tarmiel. And then moving on from that, I would say Red Sariel would be the next one because he is a damage link, right? You always want to, go for damage links and support links. The main strongest support links, obviously Tarmiel. The strongest damage link at the moment, other than a Mael, is going to be the Red Sariel one. So if you guys don't know what Sariel's grace is, it's going to ignore 50% of the enemy's critical defense. Now that is really good, right? It's because you're pretty much shredding 50% crit defense on the enemy, and you're ignoring it, right? So you're just bypassing the amount of crit defense. So yeah, running Red Sariel Link is going to be great, and the Relic itself is good on field. So if you're running Sariel in like the Deer itself, let's say, it's going to be a pretty good effect, right? Basic stat increased by 8% upon inflicting critical damage on the enemy when using a skill. If you look at Sariel's Sever skill here, he has triple crit chance, so it's going to be very easy pretty much to get those crits off with Sariel. So definitely the next character I would recommend, mainly the same idea with Tarmiel, where like if you're not going to use him on field, the Holy Relic is there for stats as a link, right? You just want to have the extra stats for his link. So Sariel is going to be next. Moving on from Sariel, guys, we're going to go with the Margaret Ludociel. Now, Margaret Ludociel's Holy Relic is not going to be like too insane, really, because the way it works is it's only going to be giving her damage dealt and damage reduction based on the 4 Archangel allies. She doesn't give it to them. It's mainly only for her. But the one thing that is good about this Relic is that you can run this on Heroes Arena, and you can also run this on Nidhogg. So you have 2 places where, Margaret's obviously going to benefit from having this Relic, and it is really good. And also, if you are running Link for this Margaret, obviously, then that's fine as well. But Margaret's Link is not as insane because it's a damage Link, but it's not a crazy damage grace as like Sariel and Mael, right? Those are obviously better. But, the Holy Relic is actually good on field. Definitely a good Holy Relic to have on field for, Heroes Arena and the Nidhogg. So definitely recommend getting this as the next one. Now, moving on from that, guys, I would say it would probably be Green Sariel. And Green Sariel's is pretty good as well on field because you get the healing from your counters, and then you do get a 20% attack increase when someone's about to attack you. So you guys can see when an enemy uses a skill on the hero, grants an effect that increases 20% attack, and then when inflicting damage to an enemy using skills or counters, you recover the HP of the damage dealt. So yeah, it's obviously good on field, but then again, remember that this is all about, running these characters as links because of their grace effects, right? So if you are running Green Sariel as a link, you definitely want to have his Holy Relic, and, as I said, for the rest of them, that's how it goes. You just prioritize them based on how useful their link is, pretty much, right? So yeah, and then from there, I would say probably Ludo's next because he just gives straight stats. This could be good for your box CC, but this is also just good because, Ludo obviously needs higher CC, and then his grace effect is also pretty good, where you can't get stunned or like petrified or anything like that. I've actually had a lot of use out of Ludo Link in Chaos Battle. So if you guys are playing the Chaos Battle mode, Ludo Link can be pretty good for that. And then, yeah, I mean, from there, Blue Tarmiel would probably be next. His Holy Relic is not anything insane, but it can work from the backline, right? So you do have a backline support effect, but it decreases allies' damage taken by 20% when in a stance, and it increases damage dealt by counters by 30%. So that's pretty good, right? You can run that backline, and this would actually buff, Albedo. I actually never thought to try this, but this is a 30% damage dealt buff for Albedo as well. So definitely something that you could run there if you run him on field in the back. But, because he's another version of Tarmiel, guys, and the red Tarmiel is more important, you're probably not going to be running this Tarmiel, so don't really, pay too much mind to, the effect of the Relic or whatever for Tarmiel, because you're probably not going to run him. But if you do, though, bear in mind that this is a backline support, so you can run Blue Tarmiel in the back if you get this Holy Relic, so there's that. Moving on from there, though, guys, I think from here, it's kind of just whatever Holy Relics you want to get. I think, actually, no, one more that I will mention, because I think it's pretty important as well, will be Dana for Liz. Dana for Liz's Relic actually came out fairly recently this year, and in PvE, pretty much what it does is it applies an effect on allies which increases attack by 50% at the start of the battle for 3 turns, and because it's a 3-turn effect, it's going to be really good on, Time Limit Dungeon, and then Belmos, because, you have the Red Elizabeth for Time Limit Dungeon, right? Because her pass is made for dealing additional damage, and then you look at the regular Dana for Liz, where she's obviously getting her skill ranks for like a mono green team, and now she's also going to be giving you a attack buff for the entire team too. So that's obviously really strong. So if you're kind of struggling with Belmos or your Time Limit Dungeon, this Holy Relic can be pretty good too. But yeah, I mean, from there, guys, it's really up to you. None of the other holy relics are like super priority for like a new player or anything like that. But let's say like, you know, this king was to get like LR or something, right? Like blue skinny king or even green, whatever the case. Then this relic would actually be like pretty insane, right? Because, you know, you want to have a relic on the stronger characters. So from there, though, it really just comes down to like if you guys want to make the relic or not. But that's pretty much the ones that I would recommend for you though, guys. So those are the top relics. So let's, you know, let's talk about it again and mention the exact numbering for each of them. So number 1 is going to be Jormungand right here. So number 2 is going to be the regular Elizabeth. Number 3 is going to be Red Tarmiel. Number 4 is going to be Red Sariel. Number 5 is going to be Margaret Ludociel. Number 6 is going to be Green Sariel. Number 7 is going to be regular Ludo. Number 8 is going to be Blue Tarmiel. And then number 9 is going to go to Danafor Liz. And then I'd say the rest of the holy relics are really up to you guys. There's none that's like really like, you know, must get or anything like that from you know, the ones that I looked at, right? So there you guys go, man. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the holy relics, and will you be making any of the ones that I suggested? And do you guys agree with what I say, right? Do you guys agree with the whole like premise? I do think that Jormungand's always is going to be a must, guys, and this goes for every, you know, demonic beast battle, right? Like every time we think of a demonic beast battle, you want to go with the holy relics for the actual demonic beast battle unit first. That is always a priority. So when you're thinking about other, you know, demonic beast battles and you haven't seen my videos on like the bird or like Nidhogg, you're obviously going to go with, you know, Miguel the first, or like Freya on Nidhogg, right? Like you guys get the idea. But yeah, man, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. That's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.